What it do, everybody? You know who this is. Well, in case you don't know, this is Pharaoh Mo. But if you're watching this, then you already know who this is. So, no need to explain any further. However, this is Everything Under the Sun podcast. And this is a special episode. This is a monumental episode. Only because my guest that I got on here, excuse me, a little bit stuffy, this change of weather be fucking me up a little bit. But the guest I have on today is very special to me, at least. You know what I mean? Some of y'all might not even know who this person is, but if you know, you know. But I'm gonna get into that here in a second. This guest that I have on was put on to me by some family members of mine. Shout out to my cousin Scotty Hankins. Shout out to my cousin Jason Hankins. Shout out to my cousin Adam Hankins. They put me on to this dude. And it's fucked up actually. The fucked up part about it is when they first seen him, they thought of me. I don't know where they could have got it from, but hey, they thought of me. Maybe because I'd appreciate it a little bit more, I guess. And I really did. But yo, when they put me on to this guy, this shit blew my mind. Only because like, yo, he was really doing these things that I'm watching here, watching him do. Like I never seen somebody just hit somebody with a Coke bottle of cement at the ATM and, break their arm and take their money. I never seen somebody actually cheat and dice, like just being so good that you can call your own roll and cheat and dice. I never seen somebody do the things that this man has did. And especially on YouTube, because if you watch YouTube now, you can contest that some of the things there are fake if they seem too good to be true. You can contest that. But back then, when YouTube was the Wild Wild West, you know, you can do some shit and I don't want to say get away with it, but like there was really no rules, and he was really doing some he was doing some shit like for real, for real. He was doing some shit. Um, for me to tell you, I mean, me telling you and you actually seeing it, the shit that I seen, I mean, it's really two different things because you would be like, oh, this nigga's lying. But no, if you know, you know. As a matter of fact, if you go on my page, I put up one of the videos from back in the day. That's surprisingly it's on there. I put it up on my page so you can actually go watch it. This is real, and everything everybody's saying to you on there is the truth. However, I watched this man's DVD and I was like, "Yo, how the fuck is it? How do you take joy into being such a good fucking criminal?" Not say that respectfully. You know what I mean? Like my man has dubbed himself the number one nigger in America. That's a bold statement, bro. And I fucked with it. I fucked with it so much. I used to consider myself number two on some real shit. Oh shit. For real. Hey, I'm not gonna say I'm proud of it, but hey. Anyways, yo, all I can say is the main thing I took away from this from all this crazy shit that he was doing was he was getting money. He was making money. And he was a smart dude. Very smart. Listen, to be good to be good at doing crime, you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. You gotta be smart. And that's I'm not saying go do crime, but you gotta be smart. You can't be a fucking dummy. My man is a genius. This dude's a genius. I call him the human cheat code because if you knew what I see, if you knew what I know, you'd be like, oh shit, my man knows what the fuck's going on. But today, I have Jigaboo Jones, aka Nipsey Tyrone Washington, fucking with everything under the sun. And yeah, we about to bring him on the show. You know, thank you. I want to say thank you personally for taking the time out to even come fuck with me and come let the people uh learn a little bit about you because trust me, there's some people out here that know all about you only because me and the guys put them on, but there's a lot of people that don't have no clue about my man Jones Jigaboo. So hopefully today we enlighten some folks. And shout out to my cousin Jay Hankins, Jay Young, Scotty and Adam Hankins, you know what I'm saying, for putting me on. And we're gonna get to it. And this is everything under the sun. So shout out to y'all. Um, let's go.
Asian fucking Jigga Jones. That Jigga Bull John, they nigga no good.
You ready? Are you good?
I'm trying to adjust this thing here for the light. Is the light gonna go? What you got? Oh, no, you see you doing it right. Ain't that a bitch?
Well, see,
I
hey,
showed up already. Say, oh what? Man.
see, hey, this is the funny thing about it though. See, because I knew I was gonna have you on. This is the first 40 I drink in a long time. I don't usually drink 40s or beer anymore. I drink that straight liquor. So I was like, I was like, you know what? Since I'm gonna be talking to the man, I mean, let me get one of these for old time's sake.
Hell yeah, man. Man, I used to drink Old English like a motherfucker.com, dog. That shit was like straight up drinking it like a nigga say do.
Oh man. Hey, but the crazy part was, hey, you was on that Cisco and that Thunderbird.
Mm-hmm.
I know about that Cisco, but that Thunderbird, I don't know. I never had that Thunderbird.
I can't get no Thunderbird up here, man. And because what Thunderbird was, the secret to Thunderbird was Ernest and Julio Gallo, which is this winery up in Northern California. All their white wines, like let's say you had a whole cask, which is a big old thing of wine, right? Mm-hmm. And it filled up, say, 15 bottles, and it wouldn't fill up a whole one for the next one. So they call that runoff. And they'd run that off into the white wine cask. And whether it was Pinot Grigio, Chardonnay, all the different white wines that there are, the different ones, and then they would all get cast off into this big ass thing. Well, they used to throw it away, and then they figured out what else some niggas that worked there. I'm sure it was.
Damn, that's crazy.
Here is good, And around the 50s, they started making this shit called Thunderbird. And you'll see commercials for it. They'll say, "Oh yeah, Thunder." And it's funny because Thunderbird had a taste that I hate to say this, is a quote one of the white dudes, but I was working at the studio and I'd left a thing of Thunderbird for this guy, the studio guy that came after me and said, "Hey man, I left you a bottle of Thunderbird, in case you want to do some drinking." And this motherfucker, he drinks it and he starts gulping it, and then the flavor hits it, right? The flavor hits the motherfucker. He spits it up all over the motherfucking screen, all over the keyboard and shit. Fuck the whole shit at the radio station. Bad. And he was like, he's like, "What's this shit? You left this bottle. Did you do something to it?" I said, "No, it was open. It wasn't open." Did you do something to it? I said, "No. It tastes like somebody was fucking with me." I'm like, I said, "That's Thunderbird."
That's Thunderbird. That's what it is. Oh yeah, shit! Now I'm about to introduce. I'm about to actually introduce you to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, hey, this is the man I've been talking about right here. This is the human cheat code, the GOAT, the man himself, the number one in America. That man, Jigga Jones, in the flesh.
All right. Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, nigga. How you doing today, my brother?
Yeah, pretty good. You got the headphones on and everything,
Got
huh?
the headphones on. Yo, yeah, I had to do it right, man. I had to do it right. I told you, hey, this is a long time coming. I've been a fan since 2007 or something. 2000.
Damn. Okay.
I think, yeah, I mean,
Oh,
for a
I
long
was when I was
time, for
really
a
fucking up.
long time.
Okay, is this uncensored or what?
This is uncensored. This is
Okay.
uncensored, like a motherfucker.
All right, because that's when I was really fucking up back then.
And it's so crazy because I was just telling, like on the intro, I was trying to, I'm trying to get people from kind of familiar, but
Mm-hmm.
they just had it's a situation where they just had to have been there because like I was saying, like you was on YouTube back when it was like the Wild Wild West.
Oh yeah, man. I was invited to YouTube.
Yeah, like they couldn't like the stuff that I was at least that I seen, they couldn't even fathom it being on there right now.
Oh yeah, it would have to be a security video these days for them to let it go.
Oh yeah.
We was carjacking people, and somebody was carjacking people, stealing purses. We took the rollerblades down to the Glendale Galleria and rode down the center of that escalator and stole all them bitches' purses. Boom, 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 boom. Rode the fuck off like motherfuckers right through the door. Whoosh, and it was
Oh
cool.
yeah.
And Andre's still in jail, but
Oh
he
damn.
was good for rollerblades, man. He used to do the little rollerblade joints where he'd come around the corner, man, and you wouldn't even hear this little nigga. He'd come around, snatch your purse, gone. Damn. And it was crazy.
Oh
It was
yeah.
so much fun at the time though, because I don't know why it was fun. I look back at it now, like, damn, I
It's
look at it,
it's
see,
fucked up.
this is why they don't want black people to own nothing. Because once you own something, you understand how bad stealing is.
Hmm.
you know. But I was convinced I was never gonna own no car. I didn't give a fuck about no damn car. Fuck a car,
Get one at
And
your
I was
earliest
stealing cars.
convenience.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
like
nothing.
I ain't doing that. Pay registration and all that bullshit. Fuck, I just take one and drive it where the fuck I want to go.
Hey, the craziest thing was, I think this is like the second video. Actually, this might have been into the first 10, 15 minutes in the Jack and 101. You show me, well, not me, but everybody, how to
Yeah.
undo the hanger, and you make that
Oh
little
man,
sit, and
coat
you put
hanger
it in
jacket.
there, and bing bing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's funny because I tried it. I tried
Mm-hmm.
it. Old ass whip. You know what I'm saying? I tried it. I was like, God damn. But then back then, everything started becoming like electric
Electronic
and
and shit.
shit. Yeah. So I'm like, oh damn, this shit ain't gonna motherfucking work. But yeah,
We would
it was a nice little
we
hack.
would go to the junkyard and take doors apart and learn what the measurements were. That was what the secret was. Me and L had a job at a junkyard, and we would go there and look at the door panels of cars we wanted to take, and we would study them motherfuckers 4 inches down this way, an inch this way. So we got good at it in the junkyard. So that's the behind the scenes. We looked like gods on the streets. We were at the Crenshaw street races, man.
Oh
And this
shit.
and I used to have coat hangers in my jacket back then. I mean, that was just what motherfuckers was doing.
Right.
So guys says, oh, you that coat hanger nigga. Yeah, you ain't take my shit with a coat hanger. So what kind of car you got? He's all that one right there, that Honda, whatever Prelude. Oh, so I can take that right now. He said, but you don't get the door open. I got solenoids on my shit. I said, oh, even better. I'll get it faster. Walked over there and I'm sticking the coat hanger in the door. And we had just boosted a bunch of cars like this for an insurance company. That's what was so funny about it. Anyway, I thought it was a setup, because it was like all of a sudden the guy wants me to bust open a Honda Prelude. I don't know. And then so I go over there and the guy has a thing, stick down in the jam. I'm doing the bends like this, boom. And it was like, I wish I had a camera there because if I did, it would have been way more funny. But this dude was like, oh no, oh, that's fucked up. He was an Armenian dude. This was when the Armenian invasion started happening, like in the valley.
Right.
They had all them hot ass cars, and he was like, "Oh, bro, that's fucked up. Really? Really, you could do this? Yeah, nigga, I've been doing it. You
Almost
know, you
nothing.
don't have any tools. I said, I ain't got money for tools, man, but I can take a coat hanger and figure it out. But now they got all these plastic coat hangers, but you had to go to cleaners to get the good coat hanger.
Right. Right.
Mm.
Oh shit. Now, how did you start getting into what you get into? You know what I mean? Like, actually, what the real question I want to ask, because some people don't know, you're a god when it comes to the dice and the
Oh
games
man,
and shit. Like, how did you get into all
I wouldn't
that?
say right now I'm a rusty guy because it's been a minute, but you know, dice is just one of those things where you need to sit down for a weekend and just throw dice. You sit down and you get your pair of dice, different sets of dice, just keep throwing them, throwing them, throwing them, throwing them, throwing them, throwing them, and then after a while, your fingers will pick up, you know, where the dice is at. And once that happens, then you're good because you know you can do like a straight side drop, an offside drop, and these are different drops on your hand. Like your straight side drop just comes straight down,
Straight,
you know,
yeah,
usually off your like your index finger, vroom, you know, and that's a casual drop. And then you know the offside drop comes off your pinky, which is like 1.5 spin. So like whatever's like for me, for the size of my hand, whatever's pointed up at me when I'm looking like this
hmm
is what's going to be pointed face up. So if I see a six, if I do a straight side drop, I got a six popped right up at me. If your hand is different, you're gonna have different measurements. So that's one of those things. And you can't just throw like this in a car in a game when people playing with you. You got to be talking to a motherfucker, doing this, boom, boom, drop it. Oh yeah, look what I got. Oh yeah, you
right,
know.
yeah,
And that's why you wear the glasses because you don't want motherfuckers doing like when you look and be like, you know, when you look at this shit, you got to be straight. You know, they can't see that you're concentrating on when you break it and then drop it. You know,
right. Okay.
and I wear glasses for a lot of reasons because you know sometimes you get like when you're in a place and you know security's coming at you, you don't want to be oh there's security. You want to be
You want to play
looking
it
at them
cool?
like oh yeah that's the motherfuckers they doing this. Your eyes are all cranked way over here. You know,
Now they got that. Now they
but yeah, that's
can't on
obvious.
you.
You know,
Right, right. Now,
you wearing shades right now. You probably been smoking weed and you don't motherfuckers seeing their eyes all
oh
fucked up.
yeah, you already know what time it is, man.
That's what motherfuckers do. You know, yeah, that's okay too. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? So now my question to you is, what's the biggest lick you ever hit rolling dice, playing dice? Like what's the most you ever got rolling dice?
Well, when I was teamed up with my uncle, we had won a whole car lot. And I don't know how much money that was, but it was way over 50,000. This is like years ago when money was worth something. You know, when somebody flashed 100 at you, motherfuckers would jump up and down like Scooby Doo.
Right.
You know, back then. But now today, $100 don't buy groceries. You know,
True.
but um, we were playing with these motherfuckers. Well, yeah, we was cheating. yeah, yeah, we was cheating because we were playing cards and dice at the same time. So we were playing that damn, what they call it back then. We had a nickname for this shit too. We used to play 21, and that's when you throw it on dice. You
hmm
3 sets of dice, you know, because they thought you can't possibly cheat with 3 dice, nigga. If he gave me 4 dice, I could really cheat because I got 4 fingers. It's harder to cheat with 2 dice versus three. Three's a hell of a lot easier, you know,
right.
because you got more control over it, you know. But man, we were playing that shit, man, and this motherfucker, and then because my uncle and I had these signals, and so I was a little bitty kid, so I was considered like no wait he's a little bitty kid, and I'm throwing dice like a fool, like this, like a little kid would throw them, right, throwing them
right.
all out the ring and shit. So no, you got to throw them this way. Oh, okay. I break it, take a look at it, boom, a little kid throwing dice. No, nobody was expecting me. Bop. And nobody was letting my uncle throw dice because they already
They
knew.
already knew.
Yeah, they was like, nah, this nigga, you don't get to touch the dice at all. You were like, oh, this kid you brought here with you, he can do something. I can throw dice, I can throw dice. And you tell me to do shit like that. Stomp my feet and shit, do stupid, annoying bullshit as a kid, you know.
hmm
And we would play that
Meanwhile, you
shit
was
up,
getting
boy.
them.
Man, we was fucking him up. It was because when he would tap his foot like this, when his foot was aligned with me, that means to put a brake on it. When he would push his foot away like this, then he just go ahead and just roll, just roll, just roll. But when he crack his foot like this, That means I'll put the brake on it, bam, and drop exactly what we were talking about. It was funny. And man, we broke these money. We broke people, man. Look, we broke. Man, when we went the East Coast, they knew about cheating over there. I don't want to bore you with this shit, but man, we
No,
did
no,
this
no.
for like summers
Yeah,
at a
bring it
time.
all to me.
And I was a little kid. I didn't care about the money. I liked it that my uncle was excited and happy. And, he said, "Oh, we're going to McDonald's." That shit.
Right, right.
Motherfucker, you don't want thousands of dollars. You take the motherfucker to McDonald's.
Happy
And
as
then
hell.
take your girlfriend to Spagos later, right? And take the little nigga that made the money to McDonald's.
Happy as
I look
hell
back at it
though.
and laugh. I
Right,
laugh
it's
about it.
funny. It's funny though.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now let's get into like your DVDs. Like, how'd you start getting into the DVD game, man? Because like I said, I seen Jack and 101, and then Jack and Joyriding, and like how'd you get into that? Like, what made you
Well,
want to get into that?
in the beginning, when I first met the Duty brothers, I was at Tommy's Hamburgers. I had just got out of jail, as usual. Yeah, I just got out of jail. Damn. And the motherfuckers, I was sitting there, and these fat white dudes are sitting there, and they're laughing at me. And I don't know what the fuck they's laughing at the time. But I had a sweatshirt that said "#1 nigger" on it. I mean, on the front of the shirt, the gray sweatshirt. I still had a motherfucking, when I was doing the college circuit, that's when they gave it to me. That was badass. When those kids gave me that shit, that hit me in the feels, like for real. It was badass. But motherfuckers can't understand the shit. You're a nigger. Oh, you should be offended. You should go cry and feel bad for yourself. No, I wouldn't feel bad for myself. Shit. We drinking, smoking, laughing, having a good time.
Have a
These
good
motherfuckers
time.
brought out this fucking shirt. I said, ain't this a bitch? Well, so anyway, I'm wearing this motherfucker. And back then, people didn't flip out about nigger
Right.
so much like they do now. Now they make it like black people are fragile and plastic. So they say nigger, you're going to flip out and act like a fucking idiot. That's what they do now.
Right.
And they've conditioned the younger generation to, when somebody says nigger, you hit them in the mouth. Great. So somebody called me a name as an adult, and I'm going to take a felony case for somebody call me a name as an adult. I'm not an adult at that point. Yeah. It's whatever it is. But that's what they're training people to do. They want us to be more volatile. When somebody says, "Oh, what do we say about black people? They're fragile. Oh, look out. They're not educated.
I'm
They're
glad
fragile."
you said that though. Yeah, because that's honest to God truth. It's the honest to God truth.
No, you know what, man? Let me tell you something. My grandfather, I learned a lot from him. I don't want to get sidetracked. You guys got topics and shit to hit. But I'll tell you, one time I was real little and I got upset. Somebody called me a nigger on the playground. And I came running back from grandpa. Oh, they call me a nigger. Oh, God. All this bullshit these motherfuckers do today. But instead of encouraging that, my grandfather says, "Well, did they hang you in a tree?" I said, "No." "Oh, did they beat you up?" "No." "Did they set you on fire?" "No." "Did they cut your dick off?" "Oh, no." When you ain't got shit to worry about, go out and go play. Because when I was a little kid, when they called you a nigger, some of that shit was going to happen next.
Right.
I was like, wow.
Right. Yeah,
and grandfather didn't play that racist shit. If you say something was racist, he came from Yazoo, Mississippi, from the Jim Crow South. He didn't want to hear you said something was racist. Because your version of racism don't match none of the stories he used to tell us as kids, what real racism was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so what was the question? How did I get sidetracked? I do
that. What I was about like how'd you get into like doing Jack and 101 and all that other stuff?
Oh, the movies. Oh yeah, so I met the Duty brothers, and these two big fat white dudes. They was doing pornos and pornos. they were doing pornos, movies and shit, right? And so they saw me and they wanted to talk to me about some shit. It wasn't about no porno. But the guys looked at me and said, "Well, you look like some kind of entertainer." I said, well, I've been called entertainment, that's for sure. You know, and then they said, hey, would you sit down at our table? And if you've ever been to Tommy's, they got those open tables. I sit down with these dudes. I mean, what are they gonna do nothing to me, you know?
Hmm.
And so we're down talking, and the guy says, man, you seem like you're some kind of a rapper or something like that. Hey, hell no, no damn rap. Oh, okay. Well, what do you do? Uh, I just was legit with them. I steal shit. I pick shit up. I knock people in the head. I take their money, you know? And you should see looks on their face.
in all in all
It was like, what? He does this? You steal, you say you steal cars? Yeah. Could we get you filmed in that on could we film you stealing the car? I was like, why would you want to film that? It's just people would be entertained by it. Okay. Well, why would you want to? What do you, the guy said, we'll pay you $1,000 just to film it. I'm stealing the car tonight. As a matter of fact, so I'm stealing one tonight. I said, shit, really? Because the damn I'm boosting the car was only going to get $500.
Right.
You know, and these guys are going to give me 1,000 on top of the 500. I'm like, man, this has got to be some bullshit. So I'm like, well, why would you give me $1,000? I know it sounds like bullshit because it was like, no. I'm like, why would you give me $1,000 to video me and you're not showing this to the police?
Right. It sounds crazy.
They're like, no, we produce porn videos, and we wanted to put your videos in between like some porno, to where they could see something funny, like a car getting stolen or something like that. That would be cool. And the two guys are there, yeah, that'd be cool. They're high fiving each other with white people, doing all that shit. I'm like, okay, whatever. And so this ain't going to the. But back then, you couldn't get arrested for something that people saw online because they said it was videos and it wasn't going to go to no videotape. It was all on the computer.
Right.
Back. So back then, you could do whatever you wanted because it's a movie now. Movie, So I talked to them for a little bit, and they guys were legit. I mean, they were like just weird, like scummish kind of dudes, but they turned out to be straight up because they told you they was going to pay you on Friday, motherfucker, Thursday midnight, the day before they paid you. And because it was like, and I asked the motherfuckers, I thought it was a setup when they did pay me. So why are you paying me tonight? Oh, because we're going to get drunk and go out doing drugs tomorrow. We might not remember to do it. That's some honest motherfuckers.
Oh shit! Hey, yeah, that's.
But yeah, man, they we tried a couple of times for this car, and I don't know if you know the behind the scenes of some of this. I told it that a couple of videos they've taken down on YouTube.
Right.
Anything that makes me sound like less of a motherfucker, they would take down. But we tried a couple of times. The problem was they had to get a cameraman, and this is the first heist that I did in La Crescenta, and it was the insurance company wanted a white Ford Thunderbird, a '90s model, and they wanted one with a clean front clip because they were, the insurance company was doing these things where they would fix your car for half the money and then charge you the whole money, and then somehow through the whatever write it off through the government and rip somebody off that I'd never seen.
Right.
I don't know how insurance bullshit works, but that's what they was doing. All it was for me is stealing an easy ass car to steal. So I go out, ride the bus, I meet the cameraman, and the Texas guy came later. The first dude that they brought out, and remember, I have to turn this car in to the insurance company by Monday morning. So this is like a Friday night, prime time to go stealing cars. And so I go out there and I get there. The cameraman shows up. He's got this fucking camera. Back in the day, you can look it up, the Panasonic GS400. Because I was going to steal it from the dude. But if it didn't work out, I was going to take the camera. But it was some high-tech ass camera they were using back then for regular TV. This was before TV came long screen. It was square.
Right.
And it was a little ass camera. It was hideable. Man, they make this stealth ass camera, small as a motherfucker, with a little handle or a thing for the microphone, but make it silver, make it all obvious. So anyway, so the guy says, "Well, I'm here to film you I'm from the whatever school it was, the Matadors or whatever, fuck is some bullshit college or wherever, the film student. He's gonna film me. And I said, look, I said, they tell you you're gonna have to run during this, and they well, no, I'm supposed to film you driving a car away. Yes, I'm driving a car away. I said, I'm gonna steal this car with this coat hanger in my pocket. I'm gonna walk over, and it was. Because I told him, I said, we're gonna walk over to this car over here, which somebody works in this building that we know. We didn't know him, but we knew that he worked there. And that was the car. We're going to steal this car. And I'm going to put the coat hanger, I'm going to pull this car. We're going to get in it and drive off. And the guy says, you're going to steal it? I said, well, yeah. And he was like, well, do you mean you're going to pretend to steal it? I said, no. You're going to film me stealing this car. I got a motherfucking coat hanger. I'm ready to go. We can do this. And it's only going to take about 30 seconds. And he was like, so you're going to steal it? And I'm like, yeah, of course I'm going to steal it. Why wouldn't I steal it? It's because I don't understand. I think that these people sent me this cameraman and told him what was up. They just, go film the nigger. Who knows what he's going to do?
Right.
So this guy literally got in his car and drove away. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I didn't have a cell phone back then. You know, not one that I didn't steal, but you don't want to call people you know on a stolen cell phone because I've done that before. So I went to the payphone, you know, I got the number and looked at the thing, called Jimmy. And, hey, Jimmy, what's up, man? This cameraman you got is, oh, I just talked to him. He's really angry with you. I said, what? He said, oh, you used all kind of profanity and you cussed at him. I said, I didn't cuss at him. I told him we stealing this motherfucking car, you know. And it was like, you know, I didn't cuss at him. Yeah, right. I'm telling you, yeah, I know I didn't because I would have told fuck you, motherfucker. I didn't do any of that.
Right, yeah, right, yeah.
You know,
when you cuss at a motherfucker.
He cussed at me, man. Shit, I don't even know his name because you can't get cussed out unless a motherfucker put your name in it. You know, you ain't been cussed out till your name was in that motherfucking tirade a nigga gave you.
Right.
That's why when somebody, that person came, they didn't say my name in it, fuck you. That doesn't mean shit to me. You don't know who you're talking to, obviously. Mm-hmm. So anyway, they said, well, we'll send another guy out tomorrow. I'm like, man, I had to turn this car in by Monday. You know, but then again, they pay me $1,000. Insurance companies pay me $500. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll come back tomorrow. This motherfucker's working tomorrow. And how fucked up is that? You ain't there working a job, and some nigga is gonna steal your car and you're gonna drive home with the end of the shift. I ain't never thought about it like that. It was like later on when I got older, like, oh, that was fucked up.
That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah. You working a bullshit ass job at a goddamn grocery store, and some niggas out there plotting days after days to steal your shit, and then one day you come out, the motherfucker's gone.
That's some fucked up shit.
It's funny you think about it like that, like, damn, you going to hell.
Oh man!
I told motherfuckers when I sell 1 million copies, I will give the motherfucking movie away for free. And because I said, you know, somebody asked me about that. I was on the radio one time, and I really messed up bad. They tell you things to say, and I've never been that guy to say those things. Mm-hmm. And at the height of when I was really getting some money, the Jigga Jones had just came out, and I didn't like that cut of the video they did for Jigga Jones, the first DVD. They didn't show anything that was funny. They just showed me stealing shit and busting people in the head, and it made me look like a fucking gorilla, man.
Right.
People were like, whoa, shit.
Right. I get it.
And they cut up the worst parts out and did that because I know what they was going for, and I know it now, and I was like, you know, when the guy came on the radio and says, hey, man, I'm a young nigga coming up. I can't afford. They were selling my DVD for $21.99 when it first came out. And that was back, 2003.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was way back then.
And I told him, I was on live radio. And this is where don't ask a nigga a question you don't want to hear. So I told him, go ahead and steal you one. That's what I would do. Steal one. They still get paid for it. Don't matter. And it was, oh, yeah, thank you, Jigaboo, man. You cool. Well, man, I'm telling you, it was less than 5 seconds. And when I got, I didn't have a cell phone back then. And when I got home, my phone was blown the fuck up. My answer machine was fucking overloaded. The distributor, the lawyer, the producer, the director, everybody called me like, what the fuck were you saying? What tell somebody steal? So my DVD at one point was the most stolen DVD in that whole quarter of the year. And so they started putting my DVDs in security fucking envelopes. I took a picture with one,
Bro,
in the security envelope.
That's some real ass shit. But because, listen, I want to tell you something. I only found out I found out about you because my cousin, he was watching something and ordered your DVD. He actually physically went and ordered your DVD.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And back then, it's not like it is. It's not. It wasn't normal to go order shit like it is now. Like ordering shit. That's everybody does that now. But he actually ordered your shit. Then I was like, oh, what? You know what I mean? And I started hearing about you. And then it was until after the fact, after I didn't heard about you, and I'm going into like a FYE back at the time, or Sam Goody, something like that. Yeah, when I started seeing the DVDs,
Best Buy,
right? And then I'm like,
Power Records.
I'm like, oh, y'all niggas is late. Y'all niggas is late. And then not only that, y'all don't even know. They don't even know. So yeah,
it's funny because, I was on YouTube, and a lot of the YouTube guys put on a character and do, whatever. And there was that Little Loca. I don't know if you remember her on YouTube at all. She's a little Mexican bitch, and she was like a chola, or whatever it was.
Right.
I didn't realize she wasn't really a chola. I had no idea. So she was going to be at this YouTube event. So I knew my homies from 18th Street, Mexican gangsters. They all wanted to meet her. So I'm like, yeah, you want to roll me out there? Let's go. Because, I hang out with the essays and everything at the time. We was doing everything. So I'm rolling out with all these badass cholos, bad dudes, 18th Street, motherfucking Soreños, Norteños, all these motherfuckers. We're all rolling out there. And I get to the gate, and the fucking security is like, because all you see is all these fucking tattoos and shit, motherfuckers all, they're looking. I'm like, hey, I'm Jigga Jones. We're going up here. We're going to do a music video. Well, let's check them. And they just said Jigga Jones plus crew, right? Is what it said on the thing at the YouTube space. I didn't realize, I grew up in Compton. I don't claim Compton because everybody else does, so I claim Watts because I can't be like everybody else. I've always been that dude. Everybody's running this way, I'm going the other way.
Right.
So we rolling up there and we having a good time. They got their 40s out. They got Coronas. Everybody's got beers and shit. They're like, oh, we don't do alcohol on the property. I said, well, that's okay. You don't have to. And we just kept going. I didn't realize that meant you couldn't do it. They just said, we don't do alcohol on the property. I was like, okay. So, that black guy, he bogarted security and went past with all the alcohol. I didn't do nothing like that. I mean, you hear the story, and it's like, I hear the story of what I did, and I didn't do any of that. Nobody came at us. The only person came and said, oh, we don't do alcohol at the studio. Okay. And we just kept walking. So we get up there, there's Little Loca, she's doing the thing. And she's not Mexican. She is a white girl, dressed up like
playing the part.
And let me tell you who noticed it faster than I did. It was all my 18th Streeters. And they was mad. They was real
really
mad. They was
really mad.
Oh shit, they was really pissed off. And it
Oh,
was like, uh, so Sato comes on me. Hey, bro, we're gonna blow out. Hey, what's up? This bitch is a whale. Wait, a white girl? Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, she says that's Loca. Nah, she's no Loca. Fuck that bitch. We're out. So then I went over to her and said, Are you Hispanic? What's going on? No, I'm not Hispanic. I just pretend to be Hispanic. And she had this little nasally little tone. I'm like, oh, damn.
oh,
Really? I said, I brought all these people. They liked you. They were your fans. Really? But I guess she used filters and somebody, this back in the day filters back then. They weren't as good as the filters are now.
no,
Filters are
now,
instant.
right, right.
Back in the day, you had to sit straight like this. Yes, I am Little Roca, and I am a Mexican bitch. Now you can do all this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can move around and shit. Yeah, the filters today are
You
crazy.
know, nevertheless, when Stevie Ryan, Little Loca, when she committed suicide, I was really fucked up by that because we came into YouTube at the same time and it was the Wild West, like for
Right,
real.
right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like back then, I mean the money. I can't sit here and speak about the money. I just know how, how it, I guess the height of the monetization was. I know about
Oh
it.
man,
You know what I
I
mean?
was
Like
getting like $1,200 a month was the height on the one top of the cap. I hit $3,000 a month. The motherfuckers got mad, and I'm telling you they did
and that's
because
crazy because
all
it's even more. It's way more now.
oh yeah, I hit $3,000 a month at YouTube, and they were just angry, and it was like I can't describe. It was just haters is what it was. For number one, I'm a Jericho nigga. I had a camera crew because the porno guys told me they would film whatever the fuck I wanted. And if you look at my early videos, man, I have some production value on that shit.
Well,
I
right.
had lights, I had all kinds of shit.
But
Anytime.
if I'm not if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there people that actually catapulted off of what you were doing on YouTube?
Yeah,
I could have
yeah. There
sworn.
were
I'm trying
people.
to think. It was somebody that kind of catapulted.
There was a few that did that, which is okay. I said get your money where you can because I wasn't the first person to steal a car, so I
Right,
didn't
right.
mind steal one behind me.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, there were people that did that. There were people that faked a bunch of shit, whatever. And the funniest part about it was there were people that were yelling, "Oh, this shit is fake," while the shit is showing on the news. This is on the
that's
seven
what I
o'clock
mean.
news.
Like yeah.
I mean,
I
there's a
be trying
part
to
in
tell
Jacket
people like
101.
this is real shit going on right now. Like it
Yeah,
ain't no fake,
there's
no
a part in
phony.
Jacket 101 when they're raiding my house, and my boy lived across from me. He was filming Channel 7 literally in his window, like right outside, and you can see it. That's real. That's the real dude.
I was just telling my dude that's recording this for me right now. I was just telling him that right there. Just telling him.
There were some things we had to go back and recreate because we had like a lot of litigation going on.
Right.
Uh, there was this dude that we hit. I always do that. Somebody hit this dude in the wrist with a thing and busted his wrist. The white dude carrying a briefcase.
I see the
And
video.
and the cameraman that they had was so shocked. He stayed there and didn't follow me. This ain't the first time that's happened.
Oh shit.
But he stayed there and was like, "Oh my God, I think his arm is broken. I heard it snap. I'm running off. I got the briefcase. I'm gone." I'm like, I was like, and then after that, I told the Duty Brothers, "You guys got to send me a negative film. I'm tired of these white dudes, you know, stopping and telling me, oh, we're trying to film something. That guy's Sugar Boo Jones, and he lives over here in Compton, and he lives over all
Right.
that bullshit. Oh, well, he broke your wrist. Oh, I didn't know he was going to do that. I just started to film it. All this bullshit. And it just started stacking shit up for problems for me. But this dude, he didn't have the money for an attorney, but he was an asshole, and he found phone numbers and he called people. He called the FBI. He called the LAPD. He called all kinds of motherfuckers. He called and left angry messages, which we posted some of the angry messages on the internet.
Yeah.
Stop making fun of me on the internet, right? And he got mad. You broke my fucking wrist. I can't work. Yeah, wasn't the right thing to do. It wasn't.
Right.
But you hate to get caught because of something you didn't do. If it's something I did, I hit the guy in the wrist and left the business card, I don't feel that bad that, I got caught. But I didn't do nothing wrong. The fucking cameraman is the one, oh, this is where he lives. This is Jacob Jones. He's got a website and we're filming and we're doing all this shit. Hey, man, film the shit and run off like you're filming. There was one video where I jacked a dude at the ATM. I had to tell the guy, run, dude. Because he's standing there with the camera frozen.
Right, yeah. Hey, I remember that one. Because all you hear the lady is like, oh my
gosh. She's pointing at him, you motherfuckers, whatever she's doing. And he's frozen, bro. He's frozen. And I'm like, look, run, dude. And he stood there, and what you can't see is he's like fucking Frankenstein trying to get his feet to move and turn the camera and start running. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people you guys are sending me? I mean, the most basic instinct was see something happen, run. That's something niggas don't need to be taught. Niggas some shit, boom, niggas gone.
Run, right.
My boy's got a nickname, G1. And the name, why he got the nickname G1 is because he's gone. Anytime some shit happens, G1 spells gone. And we call him G1 because, man, shit pop off. There was a loud noise at the park. G1 was out. G1 took the fuck out, running. Where the fuck you going, dude? I mean, so that's how you get this. He said, oh, that's a cool nickname, G1. Fuck y'all, nigga. Yeah, because it's spelled gone, G-O-N-E. O-N-E is one, and G is the start of it. G1, gone. It was funny shit. And we call it nigga G1. That motherfucker, boy, he be running like a motherfucker. I said, man, you should have gone in the track. Because that motherfucker be running his ass off. Let some shit happen. Boom! We was at Tamsburger. Oh, God, I shouldn't talk about that. But I got in a fight in Tamsburger, and the Duty Brothers recorded it, and it's on that Ghetto Fights, whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the perfect storm, bro. I don't know what I was drinking, of course. And then, man, he said something, he did something, and that fucking tray was in my hand. He made a mistake of saying some shit to me when I had the tray in my hand. You don't be in jail and you be in the tray. I wasn't in jail, but it was outside jail. I had the tray in my hand, and he said some shit. I boopity blapped this motherfucker. Boom, blap, boopity bop. Just like that. Just like you would do like in a lunch line in the prison line or some shit. I fucked this motherfucker up. And they got it on film, the Duty Brothers. This was like one of the first weekends we was hanging out. And then it was an accident. I didn't even know any of this shit was going to happen this way. But he stepped in and said some bullshit. I don't even know what it was he said, but it set me off in such a crazy ass way. Oh, we got 9 minutes left. You need to put an hour on the thing, or you need to do something?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you want to, we could take a quick break so we can reconnect.
Well, I got paid to film a black guy running around. Like, okay. You see, there's that motherfucking hat right there, and that goddamn shit. That's that faggot ass hat he was wearing.
Yeah, that hat there, that cowboy hat, man. That shit was crazy.
That cowboy hat and the fucking boots.
Yeah,
you can't even see the motherfucking boots.
Now tell everybody about that shit, man. I just got done seeing that shit.
So they bring this motherfucker out. The next cameraman they bring is some dude from La Crescenta, lives up in the area. And La Crescenta at the time is a horse area. They got horse ranches and bullshit. And here comes this motherfucker walking across the parking lot with a big ass motherfucking cowboy hat, some crazy George. What was this guy called his name? The faggot country guy, Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
And it's a big ass fucking boots. stupid ass boots that made noise walking across the parking lot. Go, 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 go. What the fuck is this? I was laughing at him, and he pulled a camera out of his bag. I'm like, they did not show me a cowboy motherfucker to come film this, and they did. You know. So he said, well, yeah, we're gonna get the shot. Well, what shot are we doing? I said, I'm gonna steal this car right here, and I'm to the point now where I've now done this 3 times.
Right.
You know, I've told you about twice, but I didn't tell you about the other time. But it's another whole. I did one on the phone, and the motherfucker, I'm not coming. So this guy was balls enough to show up. I'd already talked to him, and he's like, "Oh, so you're gonna steal this car?" Yes, I make money when I steal cars. And he looked like flabbergasted by that. You can make money from stealing a car? I mean, he didn't say that, but that's what he looked like on the face. What he do? That's why I have to steal this particular car in this color. Right. You know, to me, it was unnerving me at this point. It was making me mad. Just a TV there. All right, so I told him, I said, man, yeah, so you can do it? Yeah, I'll film it. Okay, good. They're going to pay me good money. Okay, good. I didn't even ask, but he just, every time there was a silence bit, blah, 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 diarrhea in the mouth, blah, 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 blah. Man, I'm trying to concentrate. What's wrong with you? So he tell me all this shit. I said, look, you ready? Yeah, get the camera going. You ready? I was a little bit short with him, I'll admit. As white people say, I was curt with him. You know, curt. And so this time, thing door, boom, bop, boom, door comes open immediately. I'm like a motherfucking god at this point. I've done it so many times in the junkyard that I'm telling you, you know, I popped that thing down one time, pulled it back up, pulled to the side, boom, I had that handle. Opened the door up, and this guy was like, you can see the look on his face. I'm like, man, don't let this motherfucker run, please. Please don't let him run. So I'm looking more forward to the $1,000 from him filming it than the 500.
500, right?
And then I go, wait, we're in a white neighborhood, and this is one of those Fords that had those little keypads on the door,
right?
And it was typical because people would leave their keys in the car if they had those little keypads. So I'm thinking, okay, I flip the visor down like Terminator 2, boom. Guess what? Bang. There's the motherfucking
silly nigga.
So I have to play it off because that's too easy, and I know these motherfuckers ain't gonna pay for that. So I pull, I'm telling you the underground, you know.
Right.
But these niggas, I'm laughing because I was laughing. Put the thing in, starts the car up, and I'm like, get in the car, let's go. This motherfucker's got cement on his feet. He don't want to get in the car. And I'm like, hey man, get in the car, let's go. I'm in a stolen car, let's go. And he's talking about standing out there with a camera, a cowboy hat, all high profiles of motherfucker. I'm gonna get caught. And I roll the window down. Hey man, get in the car. No, just roll the window down. I'll film it from here. You're supposed to be in the car as I'm riding off, bro. No, I'm not getting in that car. That's a felony. I'm like, so? Yes. White people scared of felonies.
Scared as hell. Hey, man. Hey, that's funny as shit.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, it's a felony if I get in the car. So? Now I'm getting in that car. Fuck you. Some shit like that. I'm like, really? I said, how are we going to film me driving out of this car and you're not in it? Well, just keep the window open.
Now,
whatever.
Now, I got probably about a good 15 minutes left before my shit is cut off. But I want to I want us to do a part 2 here sometime very soon. Hopefully this week.
Yeah, man.
Do a part 2. But I also want to ask you, what's the craziest thing that you've ever taped and recorded that has not made YouTube or anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there anything that's been crazy that's just not made the light of day yet?
Well, it's 2022. We stole a fish tank. And let me tell you, that was the dumbest thing we did. But
A fish tank? What type of fish tank?
it had all these exotic fish and bullshit in it.
Oh shit.
And this eccentric motherfucker called us and said that his girlfriend's restaurant has his fish tank and he wanted to get it out of there. So they had a fish tank. Was it Ocean's 11 bullshit? No. We just a bunch of niggas go steal Phil's fish tank. And once we agreed to do it, then we got all these motherfucking stipulations. Okay, well, the air pump needs to stay connected the whole time. Like, yeah, I would fucking steal it with the air pump, plug it in. And then you had this, all the stuff that's plugged in needs to stay plugged in the whole time. What? And so we go over and get a look at it. And we had to do a khaki pants deal. And khaki pants is when you dress up in tan pants and a polo shirt and pretend to be whatever the fuck you are. I'm the fish tank evaluator, Superman, whatever the fuck you tell the motherfuckers. And man, nobody tells you how heavy a motherfucker the fish tank is with that water in it. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, shit.
Heavy as motherfucker.
There was 4 of us, and this motherfucker, man, they told us the fish tank is plastic and it's light. We're like, oh, okay. So we did our research. We found out that the plastic fish tank only weighs 100 and some odd pounds. And we're like, oh, cool. You never think about the water in the motherfucker. You never think about that. We're thinking 148 pounds. We bought this little bitch made thing, the dolly from Harbor Freight, to put it on. We're going to lift this tank down in this fucking dolly and roll it out of the place. We weren't geniuses, I tell you that. But the guy was offering us $5,000 if we could steal a tank and make sure the fish was still inside.
Damn.
If we were smarter, we would have bagged those fish, left the tank there.
Right. Right. I was just about to say, because the fish in the tank is a lot worth more than the fucking tank.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then way a lot more worth more than he was going to pay you. So like 5,000 ain't going to be shit.
Man, so we try to lift this motherfucker. We can't even lift it. We think it's bolted down. So we start breaking out parts of the wall, thinking that this thing is bolted down. And we're looking for bolts, like a toilet tank, right? We don't see no bolts. Well, why is it so motherfucking heavy? And this is like 1 o'clock in the morning. This place is closed. And we're trying to shuffle and do all this shit. And then meanwhile, they got these faggot security guards that drive around like once every hour or whenever they feel like it and shine a light in the window. Yeah, this is the most disgusting thing. I don't know. See, if I was less honest, I would have told you about something that was better than this.
Right.
We actually got away with the shit, But this motherfucker, what's that? And so we doing this shit, man. We lifting this shit, and this motherfucker is heavy. It's way more than 138 pounds. So what does Christo do? We used to call him Christo. Because he had this stupid ass thing they called it a soul patch, some bullshit.
Right.
We call it Christo, like Count of Monte Cristo shit. So this is heavy, nigga. Oh shit, hey. Boom. That shit falls on his ass. On the one side, boom, and then that water sloshes. Whoosh. That water's cold, nigga. I didn't even know. That water's cold. That motherfucker. We didn't even realize this thing done landed on his dick and balls and everything else. Trying to get this thing up on the little thing, the wheelie thing.
That's so crazy because that shit is people like, bro. That shit is heavy. That shit is heavy as fuck,
bro. My nigga did the research. It's only be 138 pounds, dog. We can do this.
138 pounds per fucking square.
Fucking tank.
Right.
That was full of water, nigga.
Oh my
But that
god.
shit, think about it. You got motherfuckers research on the internet, bibbity blooping shit on the keyboard, and you think they doing something. Oh, nigga, I looked it up. It's 138 pounds, dog. There's four of us. We can take that motherfucking run with it, nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah, nigga.
man.
All this shit.
That's
Get out there. Guess what? It landed on your dick and balls. That's what you get, nigga. You know. And he's like, oh, I can't feel my feet. Oh, my feet. But shut the fuck up, man. You're trying to move this thing. Don't shake it. You just shake the water out already. And we in there yelling at each other. You know how when you get mad, you're trying to get and then we're trying to get this thing on this goddamn dolly, the furniture dolly, it's a flat dolly with four wheels on it. We finally get it off of him. It's hard to get it on the dolly, so we have to tip it like this in order to get it on the dolly under it to move it.
Oh man, yeah.
So the water's coming out. That fucking big flat fish came out. We had to throw that motherfucker back in the tank.
Yeah.
We're pushing this motherfucker back, and we get into the motherfucking the rental truck that we had. I'm like, oh fuck, we gotta lift this fucking tank into this motherfucking rental truck. Shit, this nigga, we're talking about 138 pounds. We're thinking the four of us could lift it up there and put it there. He's like, oh, well, there's a ramp on this. It's a U-Haul truck. Oh, there's a ramp on the back of this truck. Bad idea. You think a ramp's going to make shit easier? No. The U-Haul truck's got these ramps. It's got these little fucking bumps.
Right.
Every fucking, like, whatever. And let me tell you something.
It's getting stuck on each of them bumps.
Oh, my motherfucking God. You're right. Oh, yeah. Shit. Pushing, we get that motherfucker. It's 2 a.m. This water is cold as a motherfucker. It's going boom, boom, water coming out everywhere. We are wet as a motherfucker, dude. You know, pushing this motherfucking thing. And then we realize that, hey, we ain't taking it off this motherfucking wheelie thing. Somebody got to ride in the back of this motherfucker and keep us rolling around. Because we ain't pulling off this motherfucking wheelie thing again. The little furniture dolly. So them two niggas riding the back. And I swear to God, it had to do this on purpose. You know, he said, oh, you drove as rough as you could, but I didn't do that. I really took the corners slow and whatever. But the problem is, you holding this tank with these wheels on it, and it's got water in there, and it's got some kind of sloshing motion to it, to where when you turn all nice and good, it's cool for a minute, and then the water sloshes, and it's 1,000 pounds of pushing you like this.
Yeah.
So these motherfuckers, I didn't realize there was no light in the back of the whatever. I didn't know. You know, you don't know that shit. I'm just trying to get away.
You don't sit. Nobody sits back there conveniently.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I want to sit in the back.
The motherfucker should have said, oh, Jigaboo, he tried to kill us. He turned every corner he could. He hit a pothole he could. We was in LA. There's potholes everywhere. I didn't do that. Yeah. Remember, we're driving from West LA to Cheviot Hills, which is some distance. And which is like, you know, West LA is a rich neighborhood. Cheviot Hills even richer. Right. It's damn near like that. And then Beverly Hills, you got streets that do this. When we hit Chevrolet Hills like this, these moves, they was in the back. One dude was on the front of it, and one guy was on the back, and they were just sliding wherever the fuck it went. It did that thing, went to the left, it went to the left. It went to the back, it hit the back, it hit the door. Yo, they was getting fucked up because the water dictated where the fuck you could go. Mm-hmm. And maybe it was 500 pounds of water in there. I don't know. But anyway, that motherfucking shit was fucked up. And when I opened the door, they looked fucked up. It was like a cartoon. Nigga, we in the dark. We don't know where the fuck we going. We find on the road. You turn every corner you can find. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't turn every corner. We finally went the route we man. So
right, yeah, they don't know.
But you know, but to this day, oh, he tried to kill us back there. He didn't give a fuck about us. No, it was nothing like that. But you know, people remember the shit that they were in. They don't remember the whole fucking shit. So when people remember a story, I always say, well, somebody else got another part of the story somewhere that's missing.
Right, right. I got you.
But you know that shit. But we got $5,000 for a plastic tank and a bunch of fucking fish.
That cost more than $5,000.
Oh yeah. Oh man, there's a fish was
Right, exactly.
that big flat one that fell out was a piranha, bro.
Right, yeah, you should have just, yeah,
Oh man,
exactly. Like you said, you
we
should
had
just took
no
the
idea.
fish. You should have just
We
took
had
the
no
fish.
idea. We grabbing it with our hands and throwing it in the water like dumb motherfucker. Oh, they grabbed the fish, put it in the water.
Yeah, that piranha eat y'all hand alive.
So what? Oh yeah, this is a bottle of plastomus and a blah blah blah, and that's a piranha. Like piranha, man. You know what? When you halfway listen to a motherfucker, is you waiting for the money to hit your hand, and then he says a word like piranha, and you touch that motherfucker, you're like, what? What?
Mm-hmm.
What? You get all kinds of what's coming out. You sound like motherfucker. You sound like that motherfucker going what? You
Right,
know,
Little John and
yeah.
shit.
And you sound like that motherfucker going what? Oh shit!
But listen, I hate.
And you're trying to be cool too at the same time. You're like, piranha, man, ooh,
Crazy,
shit.
right?
Mm.
But listen, I hate
Man,
to,
I could wait.
I hate to
And,
cut
you know,
this.
and then the motherfuckers that you with your crime partners, they look at you like you knew all this shit. You know, oh, you
Like you're
knew it. You
supposed to
did.
know what's going on. Like you're supposed to know.
Yeah,
Oh, this fish right
yeah.
here, or this right
No, this
here.
nigga here, he had a piranha in this motherfucker. Didn't tell nobody. It did a fish. I'm like, no, it didn't do none of that. Oh, Jigaboo, don't fuck on Jigaboo. We put
He's trying to get you. He'll try to get you.
We'll get you a piranha in the motherfucker. And so if you hear that story, you know that's a real story. That's just that I didn't know that the piranha was a great little fish like you see everywhere else. You know.
But yeah, man. Hey, I hate to cut this short. We only got a couple minutes left, but I hope I can get you for a part two, a part three, and a part four. You know, so you
Just
can
call
tell
me.
us
I'm
some
a
more,
number one
man.
judge.
So you can tell some more, like for real, because there's a lot more I want to get into with you. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, there's a lot more, but it's a lot for people to digest right now. People don't know. This is just a tip of the iceberg, but there's a lot more I want to get at with
But
you.
you gotta realize crooked and crime was a lot easier back then.
Right.
You know, people didn't have cell phones and bullshit going on and
Now
all this
everything.
on the computers and
Right.
shit.
For instance, everything's online now. Like R.I.P. to the rapper Offset. That shit is it's on video. It's online.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Back in the day, the cops didn't used to take that shit serious.
Right.
When you did something on the internet, nobody gave a fuck. You know, you could tell anybody you wanted to, you boo in the face, and they didn't give a fuck. And I used to laugh at that. Armchair detectives. This guy robbed this woman at an ATM on this location. Blase, blase, blase. And nowadays, that person has a voice. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, you called the police department with some bullshit. I saw video where a black guy, he assaulted a woman and took the money from her. And people would want to hear, where was this? On the internet. Oh, fuck you. That was the end of it. You know, but nowadays, we're going to download the video. We're going to check the IP address. Oh, shit, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? I will tell you, though, that back in the day when we were really doing ATM robberies, you almost wanted a way to validate that you were doing it because we were fucking checking so much cash.
Right. I mean, it was a different time back then because yeah. You couldn't be just sitting there talking about it and they ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? You had to, you know what I mean? You kind of had to show and prove where nowadays it's like, yeah, you could talk that good game and you could possibly get away with that if you're really good at that. You know what I mean?
These youngsters, you know, like, well, you hit somebody in the head for an ATM money. But you don't realize $20 back then was a lot of money.
Right.
It ain't like today. It was nothing like today. People go, oh, you hit a guy in the head and risked a felony case for $20. Like, dude, you don't even understand. $20 was real money back then. You could fucking live on $20.
And then who's to say you ain't gonna come off with more on the next lick?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might come off with a cool five on the next lick.
You bust a couple people in the head on a Friday night, you coming back with like $150. You know, back when $150 was real
worth
money.
something, right? was
You would
taken
only do,
care of.
I know people only do crooked and crime on the weekends. You know, they would only do the hooligan shit on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And they was killing it. Especially right now, it's almost thieving season.
Yeah.
You know, right after that motherfucker.
Right, bro. I know that. Hey, which makes me hey, which makes me get extra protected because
Yeah,
I know how it operates.
you ain't gotta go nowhere. Don't, because after the motherfucking Thanksgiving, the thieves are gonna get your ass.
It's
Because this
gonna
is
get
what,
you
man,
good.
we
It's
were
gonna get
happy
you
when
good.
Thanksgiving
Yeah, they're gonna get you good.
Thanksgiving what happened,
It
bro,
don't
and we was like,
discriminate,
yes,
bro.
it's time
It
to make some money.
it does not
From Thanksgiving
discriminate.
to Christmas,
Yeah, I mean,
We would, man, this was it. Motherfuckers would get in, man. Motherfuckers were training for the Olympics like this. This stuff, like in the last video where I talked about the purse snatching, we used to do that in the park. We used to honestly used to practice in the park, purse snatching. Motherfuckers practicing how to get into houses with sliding glass doors,
mm-hmm.
all that shit, because we knew Christmas was coming. We knew that Thanksgiving, after day after Thanksgiving, is thieving season, bro. We getting into your car, we getting into your house, we coming into your motherfucking apartments, we coming in your shit, we taking it. If you got money to put out Christmas lights, you can afford to let a nigga come in there and steal everything that's right. That's
Yeah,
what we used to do, you know.
that's correct. Yeah,
I look at it
and you're
now and
right.
go, oh, you know,
You're right, man.
it's funny because now I'm like damn near 50. I'm 50 years old now, and motherfuckers talking about you gonna put Christmas like hell no. like, the neighbor's like, you're gonna put Christmas lights up, Mr. Russ, Mr. Tyrone Washington?
Nope.
No, hell no. Nope. You don't celebrate Christmas? Oh yes, I celebrate Christmas inside. I don't do it outside.
Right.
Like what? But you don't ever put any. Oh, are you Jewish? No, I'm black. And then okay. And then, but it's funny because some of the questions they ask me, my generic answer is, well, I'm from Watts. And they go, oh, they don't know what that means, but they go, oh, like they know what it means, and they probably go home and Google it. Watts for Christmas,
Oh my
But
gosh.
I live in a gated community now. You push a button to get in this motherfucker and all this shit.
I'm so happy for you. Hey, I'm glad for you. Hey, it's about my nigga came up. I'm glad to hear that,
Yeah, I
bro.
came up
Hey,
like an elevator in a high
you
rise
know what I'm
building.
saying? Hey, you probably could have been came up a long time ago, but you came up now. Hey, that makes me happy that the number one
The radio
came out.
helped me a lot. The DVDs helped me a lot. DVDs bought my first and second house.
Right.
Selling DVDs. I was selling DVDs. I took selling DVDs like I was selling crack. The same thing. I took the same mentality when I was selling crack to selling these DVDs.
But there's something that I talked to you about it before, but I want to talk to you about it here once we get offline. I gotta cut this off, and actually I want to guarantee you I have you for part 2 very soon.
Yeah, no,
We'll get you for part 2.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And some more. You know what I'm saying? And some more. I have an idea going on, but I definitely need you for part 2 for this episode. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to talk to you and tap into you about something that we talked about before. But I got to cut this off, and I want to thank you for coming on and taking the time out and fucking with everything under the sun. Shout out to my guy Ball Out Productions, my man Jay Tizza. Shout out to my cousins. Hey, if you could, I want to shout out my cousins Jason Young, Scott Hankins, and Adam Hankins for putting me on to this man right here. They're the ones that put me on to this man.
What's up, Jason Young? Like a nigga say, dude.
Hey. Hey, and shout out to my man Justin Young. Hey, cause he's another one. He's another one that put me on.
Another one, like that motherfucker. Another one.
Another one. They're the ones that put me on to you, and it's so funny because they're like, yeah, this nigga would appreciate it, and lo and behold, 14 years 15 years later, I do appreciate it, you know, because you're,
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
you
And
know what I mean?
without the fans, I'm nobody. You know, I'm not these people that like to beat my chest and say how great I am. I'm just a nigga who's out stealing shit that one day decided it was something important.
Right,
You know, and I never forgot that. I don't get to say, oh, I'm just a Superman. I'm elevated. I'm better than everybody else. Man, bullshit. You know, I've got some really cool letters from people in jail, people out of jail, and watching my videos and stuff. And so, without the fans and people that give a fuck about what I'm doing, I ain't shit. I'm just a motherfucker doing illegal shit I was doing anyway.
right. I
So,
feel you. Yeah, that's like me.
white dude put the shit on the internet and it became famous, you know, and that's like divine intervention because if I kept going it the way I was going when we started doing home invasions, I could have killed a bunch of motherfuckers, you know, because you know home invasions ain't funny.
Right.
You know, like when we put that, we had a video that was going to be called Home Invasion, Jigaboo Home Invasion, and we never put it out because
I mean,
it wasn't it wasn't funny,
wasn't
man. You should have seen looks on these people with the faces when they saw it in the video room, like, oh my god,
I can only
oh
imagine.
oh shit, they were just like wow, and they looked at me with a whole different look after that. And it wasn't me that was doing it; it was T-Roy that was doing all the faggot shit. You know, T-Roy want to fuck everybody on the camera and all that shit, but all that in the prison nigga want to fuck everybody. I'm gonna take his manhood. Man, we're trying to get money. We're to take
Right.
nobody's man. No value.
Shit, god damn. So it's some,
You know, the
oh
biggest shit.
wow, that's some crazy shit. Yeah,
But
but
that's what T-Roy would do. And then I was like, you know what? I gotta cut T-Roy out the crew, bro.
yeah, you gotta, yeah, damn.
Because I'm telling you, when we showed that first video and he's fucking that dude in his ass, slapping him in his face and shit, and I was kind of looking at it, goes, I don't know if I want to be in the background of this video. You know, like what? It wasn't good, bro.
Oh,
And then I'm trying to explain to the guys, hey, the section between 31 minutes and 55 minutes, don't look at none of that. Go to Africa. Because I had no editing equipment. All I could see was like between 31 minutes and 55. Don't look at none of that. Oh, of course they looked at it. And then motherfuckers was horrified. They looked at me like I was the fucking Attila the Hun, bro. That's what your crew does. It was, but the whole crew didn't do it. It was one guy. One guy fucked somebody in the ass, you know, because he said, well, I don't have any money. What can you take? Don't tell that to T-Roy. Don't do this motherfucker takes this as a challenge now. And he fucked this dude. And it's like,
oh shit.
well, we're here, bro. This camera's running. Cameraman with the mouth wide open. All this shit. I'm like, dude, we're supposed to show home invasion. What the fuck is this? This is what I do, dog. This is what I do. Like, where niggas in jail now? But the whole thing was like, you know, we had cameras running. Why did you do that? And it was, that's a whole other discussion, but I was mad at him for that shit. Because, like, you're going to fuck somebody while we're doing the camera thing on it. You know, I think about it getting mad. I'm getting mad, dude. I'm getting mad. He had no business doing that shit, dude. He would always faggot shit when you didn't want something to happen. And there he goes. Oh, I'm gonna fuck this guy. Like, no, man. We were trying to get money. Stop fucking all these people. Oh, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him what? Show him what? What the fuck? No, you just a motherfucker want to fuck somebody in the ass like in prison. What's wrong with you?
Oh man.
Don't start me complaining about T-Roy. You know, that's why he's caught today for the same bullshit there. Want to fuck everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe you should have joined the IRS. They fuck people.
You're right about that. There. I just got done paying the fucking IRS. I literally like just got done paying the IRS, bro. That's crazy. Oh man, but hey, I want to thank you for coming on. I'm gonna holler at you behind the scenes about something we talked about before about that day trading
and
shit.
Coming about an hour.
I got you about an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you about some shit.
Call me before then.
Yeah, thank you. We'll get part 2 going on here, and I want to say thank you for coming on, taking the time out and fucking with us. And
yeah, man.
You know, Hey, this is Everything Under the Sun. I'm Pharaoh Mo. This is my man Jones Jigaboo.
Yeah, man.
And we out. Peace.
Hey, yo.